Hey guys, Sovereign Saurus here, welcome to a new video. So today is a special one. We have here a new coin. This is a proof sovereign, and this is the 1989 £2. So here she is. This is a £2 sovereign, which means it's a double sovereign. So it weighs obviously twice as much as a single sovereign. Now, 1989 is a special year. Both the obverse and the reverse of the coin is of a special design. So it's the first ever commemorative gold design, apparently, according to the COA. And this design on both sides was by Bernard Sindall. And the reason it's a special year is because it's the 500th anniversary of the very first gold sovereign. So the very first gold sovereign was under the ruling of Henry VII, and that was in 1489, so a little over 500 years ago now. And at the time, this coin was denominated with a value of £1, so a face value of £1, and that is still the same today. The only difference, though, in the 1489, it weighed 240 grains of gold, which is around about 0.5 troy ounces, so a half ounce of gold, or about 15.55 grams if you're into those. So at the time it was 23 karat gold, which is, I believe, 95.83. It's a little around there, percent. So the modern gold sovereigns, which are minted from 1817 onwards, so the last 205 years, those are 22 carat. So you can see here the rose, you've got the Tudor rose there, and you've got a second rose on top of that, and then you've got the shield with the coats of arms there, obviously the crown at the top, and yeah, the two dates you can see top left, 1489 to 1989. Now if we flip the coin over, you'll see obviously as it's a proof finish, it does have that very mirror-like effect. Obviously the capsule is reflecting a bit of light as well, but the coin itself does too. So let's just try not to do a face reveal, and there we go. So let me just focus this. Now we can see here this design is Elizabeth II, and she is facing us, and she's sat there on the throne as the king was on the 1489 version. So it's very, very similar, and yeah, obviously Bernard Sindall wasn't around in the 1400s, but in the 1980s there, he managed to come up with this design. So this is the only design of the modern, so the last 200 years of sovereigns, where we have the seated on the throne design, rather than just a standard portrait like you see on most coins. So quite unique for that reason. And yeah, being a very unique year of sovereign, it comes with quite the price tag. So the reason I've got this double sovereign is because it's actually a little bit cheaper than the single sovereign. So I did say that right. The double sovereign, which is twice the amount of gold, is actually cheaper than the single sovereign in some cases. So I don't particularly want graded coins and things like that. I do prefer them out of the packaging, out of the boxes. So I do have this proof coin and do have a 2022 proof, but in terms of the majority of my coins, it's just bullion. So I'm not keeping them in these big boxes, which the presentation is nice, but I just prefer to have my gold out and that sort of thing. So my other reservation with proof coins is you're obviously tying up a lot of money in premium. So, pretty much any dealer is going to know this is a 1989, and they're going to know, it's not worth bullion prices, and surely you're going to get much more than that. But some places would probably still just offer you the same as a normal sovereign. So anyway, I've never sort of considered going to a dealer and asking what they'd pay for this yet. So I've no idea. You would realistically sell it on the second-hand market. But the reason I like to get the ungraded is partly because I've got that option then of grading it if I want a different exit strategy. So I could get it graded and then sell it, hopefully, creating some uplift in the value there. And if nothing else, it just means I can appreciate it a bit more and not have it in a slab as such. So I've no idea personally on grades. Like I say, the coin looks very nice to me, but I wouldn't like to guess what grade it would be. I can't see any obvious defects or marks or anything like that. But yeah, comparing it to some of the top grades, it does look similar. But yeah, I'll leave my judgment on that. So, like I say, with the proof coins, you are tying up a little bit of money into the premium there. So this, well, not this one, but the 1989 single sovereign, they're trading hands, sort of 5 times, 4 times what a bullion sovereign is at the moment. And, at the moment you can get the 2022 sovereign a little bit over the release price, which is about, just under double spot. So it's got potentially a little bit of way to go. Now, you'll probably see a few sovereigns there in the background. I haven't just counted. I don't think it's 100. I think there's about 90 there. We could be just under. So some of them you haven't just seen yet being unboxed. Some of them you might have, depending on when I release the video. So yeah, this little hindrance put me a few sovereigns out. Not that I trade them out, but I could have bought a few more bullion sovereigns and been closer to that 100 sovereign mark. But not to worry. So in terms of, this coin, I'm happy just to sit on it for a while, see what happens. We'll just take a little bit of a look at the information here. So, yeah, obviously you can see the alloy, 22 carat, diameter, all the normal stuff there. And the four denominations, sorry. So you had obviously the £5, the £2, which is this one. You had the normal sovereign and the half. So apparently the £2 is the rarest of them all with just 2,000 coins. So part of the reason for getting this was because it cost a little bit less than the single sovereign. Like, it was the most economical way of getting into a 1989, if that makes sense. The halves had quite a premium. This had quite a premium, but not quite as much as a half. So yeah, I felt it was the cheapest way to get in, or best value way to get in. And whilst there is probably a little bit less demand, because people who are collecting these special years, they want to get a full set, they want to get the other years that I mentioned earlier. And most of the people are going for like the one sovereign, it is the most popular size. Some people like the £5, but the one is just the most popular. So with there being more demand for that, obviously the price is higher. And in terms of the £2, it is actually rarer. So who knows, maybe in the future it'll do a little bit better. I am happy to buy a couple of proofs and a couple of fancy coins while sat on, a considerable amount of bullion. If I didn't have all this bullion sat around here, I probably wouldn't be rushing out to buy a fancy proof coin. Just in terms of liquidity, I could sell all these sovereigns. There's actually one coin there which is not a sovereign. See if you can spot it. But I could liquidate those, I could sell those, I could get rid of them, for the value next day, this day, go out and get the money this afternoon. But with the proof coins, to realise the full value, I need to find someone who's got the money and is interested. So whereas all the bullion here, I can just take it to a dealer, they'll give me the spot price for it, they'll give me a little bit more for some of the others. The proof coin, they'll give me a bit more than spot most likely, but they're probably not going to give me the whole market value because they need to make a profit as well. And the more they have to sit on it, if they've got to wait around for a buyer, then there is a bit more risk. So whilst a dealer might know somebody who's looking for one, they might be able to facilitate it. Yeah, it's just a little bit more risky than this stuff. So happy to sit on it whilst I've got some bullion, but bullion would be my choice. Make sure you've got a good base of bullion, I think, first, so you're safe, and then start to think about some more fun stuff as a bit of speculation perhaps in the future. So yeah, I got it at a good price. I think I could probably get that price back quite easily again. But if I hung out a little bit longer, maybe I'd get a little bit more. Although for now, I'm just planning to sit on it, keep it for a while, and just see what happens. So hope you enjoyed the video. Something a bit different today. bit more different than just the normal bullion sovereigns. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.